Assalamu alaikum to all of my students. Hope you all are fine. Today I am going to take the two important concepts, input price and supply curve. Second one is exercise text and supply curve. First I will take input price and supply curve. I will write down the statement first, then I will discuss input price and supply curve. There are two cases. यहाँ हम ऐसे भी हम शॉर्ट फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं. Input price may increase or decrease depend upon the situation. Depend upon circumstances of the market. Circumstances of the market. In first case, in case of increase in input price, marginal cost may increase, may rise. Means producer will be ready to sell. Producer will be ready to sell less at the existing price. Means in that case, definitely demand curve will shift backward. If we write in opposite, if input price falls, there are two cases, increase or I write, there are two cases, input price may increase or decrease. In case of increase, definitely marginal cost will increase. Yes, marginal cost will increase. This will lead to producer will be willing to sell less quantity at existing price. But if we go opposite, if input price falls, definitely marginal cost will decline. And producer will be willing to sell more of the quantity. In that case, supply curve will shift forward. I will show this case so that you can easily understand. So why this is 0, this x. Here I write price. Here I will write quantity supply. This is the price. It will be kept constant. This is existing price, for example 50 units. This is the initial supply curve to 0 for initial supply curve. And I will draw initial supply curve. This initial supply curve. Initial supply SS initial supply curve. When price of input, simple, when price of input increases, definitely it will lead to a rise in marginal cost. Marginal cost, as I tell, marginal cost is additional cost, which is bear by yes, and it has bear by the producer to produce goods and services. Additional cost which producer has to pay to produce goods and services. Now, when price of input increases, definitely it will lead to producer will be ready to sell less quantity. Definitely supply curve will shift backward. S dash. Means this in case of when price of inputs. Price of inputs here means inputs. Yes, input here we can easily write inputs, land, labor, and capital inputs, which we utilize in order to produce goods and service. Means in case of when price increase, marginal cost increase, producer will be ready to sell less. Definitely, supply curve will shift backward. In second case, I will not write. I will only discuss about based on above statement. If price of input price falls, definitely it will lead to fall in marginal cost. Marginal cost will fall. Definitely, producer will be ready to sell more of quantity, more of quantity at the existing price. Definitely, supply curve will shift forward. Supply curve will shift forward. S double dash, S double dash. What you have to remember? You have to remember, as for the analysis of papers, definitely they frame objective from this to know concept, depth of the student. For example, if objective input price, in case of yes, rise in input price, increase in input price, definitely producer willing to sell less. In that case, margin cost increase or fall. You have to keep in mind. And when price of input rises, marginal cost at that time also rises. It does not fall. But when in price of input falls, definitely marginal cost falls. Producer is ready to sell more of the quantity. Means demand curve will be forward in case of input price falls, backward in case of input price rises. Second one, concept. Second one, exercise tax and supply curve. Exercise tax and supply curve. Exercise tax and supply curve. First, I will write exercise tax yes, you can write exercise tax is imposed upon per unit of production. Per unit of production. Well, exercise, yes, if exercise tax is imposed, marginal cost and average cost rises. Producer will be ready to sell less at the existing price. He will be ready to sell more only. Yes, he will be ready to sell same quantity only at a higher price. Now, I will show you with the help of graph so that you can easily understand. This is y, this is 0, this is x. This we write price. This is quantity supply. What is this existing price? 50 units. This is initial supply curve. Supply curve has a positive slope. Now, exercise tax imposed upon per unit of production. That means if exercise Yes, excise tax impose. It will lead to marginal cost and average cost. Marginal cost, I tell, it is an additional cost which producer has to bear, not to produce goods and services. Average cost is total cost divided by level of output. Total cost divided by level of output. That we call average cost. Yes, when this excise tax is imposed per unit of production, definitely producer will be ready to sell less at the existing price. That means supply curve will shift backward. Supply curve will shift backward. S dash S dash. For example, here I write 30, here I write 20. It will shift backward. These are the two concepts which I take today. In coming lecture, I will discuss degree of price elasticity of supply. Till that time, you have to wait and watch. If you have any doubt related to these concepts, you can message me or comment. I will definitely explain it in brief in next lecture. If you message me. In next lecture, I will take degree of price elasticity of supply. Till that time, you have to wait and watch. I will be return back very soon. Hope for the best. Take care. Thanks. Have a nice day.